What's up, guys? This is Robbie's Move to Movies, and it is New Year's Eve, which means it's the end of 2017, if you didn't know that. Anyway, I thought I would go over my favorite comic book films of this year, in particular order from my least favorite to my favorite. And this year, it was really hard to pick a least favorite, and it was really hard to pick a favorite, because out of the 6 that came out this year, I'm not including Lego Batman the movie, because I don't know what that is, but out of the 6 comic book films that came out this year, I personally enjoyed every single one of them that came out, and I definitely went to the theater more than once to watch each and every single one of them. So, with that being said, let's go over my top 6, or the only 6, comic book films of this year. Coming in at number 6 for me, which is my least favorite, not saying it's a bad film, but it was just my least favorite. I didn't have that much interest in going to see it, but it did surprise me when I went to go see it, is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman by Patty Jenkins starring Gal Gadot was honestly a surprise. I honestly thought it was just going to be a boring superhero movie, and it took a risk. It was the first female-led superhero film, and personally, I loved the movie. It was great. It was probably my least favorite out of every single comic book film that came out this year, but it was still a good movie. I'm not saying it was bad at all. If you have not seen Wonder Woman yet, go see Wonder Woman. What Patty Jenkins does with Wonder Woman is so amazing. Honestly, I love the world of Themyscira. That's the world where Wonder Woman comes from. I love that world, just how beautiful it was, how beautiful the animation and the CGI was. The only thing I don't like about it was the villain. That's something that I couldn't really live with, was the villain. I feel like that they completely botched Ares into. That's the only thing I can really think of that's negative with the movie. And like I said, I know that's not much, but like I said, 2017, in my opinion, was probably the best year for comic book films. So this one comes out at number 6. So at number 6, I have Wonder Woman. At number 5, I am so disappointed that this wasn't higher up on my list, but there were just films that were better than it, in my opinion, and that is Justice League. Justice League, I liked it. I personally liked it. Now, was it on the same level as the Avengers? No, I wouldn't say that. But I still think it was a pretty watchable film. I went back to the theater a few times to go watch it, and I liked Justice League. I thought it was really good. I love the chemistry amongst the characters. That was something that, I was really worried. Were they going to nail that, or were they going to completely botch it? No, the chemistry between the characters was really good. Each new characters, I'm talking about Cyborg, Flash, and Aquaman, they honestly surprised me. The performances by Jason Momoa, Victor... No, not Victor. So I'm sorry. I'm completely forgetting the actor's name. His name is Victor something, I think. Anyway, type in the comment section if you know his name. And Ezra Miller as Flash. I was honestly surprised by every single one of them. I love the chemistry amongst all of them. Ben Affleck as Batman comes back and does great. The only thing I have that I really kind of I didn't like about it was I'm talking about the characters is Ben Affleck. He acted more like Bruce Wayne than he did Batman, and that was something I loved about him. That's what made him my favorite Batman, was the fact that he was Batman at his core. But in this movie, it felt like he was more Bruce Wayne than he was Batman. It was kind of like Batman was the mask that he put on, and personally, I like it better when Bruce Wayne's the mask that he puts on, because I honestly like it when he's Batman at his core. But he still did a great performance. Henry Cavill did awesome as Superman, and Gal Gadot, always hats off to her as Wonder Woman. Honestly, I think she's the perfect fit for Wonder Woman, and I never had a doubt about her. I was never against her being Wonder Woman, but for the first superhero movie to be female-led in Wonder Woman, I feel like Gal Gadot was the perfect choice. So at number 6, I have Wonder Woman. At number 5, I have Justice League. Coming in at number 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This movie was hysterical. I literally found myself laughing so much throughout this movie, and it also got really deep too. I like the character development that we got with the Guardians, and the interaction between Mantis and Drax. I could watch that all day. They could honestly have their own spin-off movie where it's just Drax and Mantis, and I could honestly watch that until I am blue in the face. It was hysterical. Baby Groot was the cutest little thing ever, and Rocket was awesome. Star-Lord and Gamora, cool, and Nebula, she's cool too. But the only reason why it's ranked lower on my list is because I don't think that it quite lived up to Guardians of the Galaxy 1. So that's why I have it a little bit lower on my list. But I mean, it was still a great film. I enjoyed it and I had a really fun time watching it. So at number six I have Wonder Woman. Number five I have Justice League. Number four Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And at number three I have Spider-Man: Homecoming. When this movie was marketed, I was terrified. I honestly thought that we were gonna get. I thought that the trailers showed everything that the movie was gonna give us, and like I was scared that like there was gonna be no surprise or whatever. But there were a ton of surprises in this film. I mean, spoiler alert: when you find out that Michael Keaton is his love interest, his Peter Parker's love interest's father, that was like, whoa, what the heck? And it was just so funny. Honestly, it felt like a perfect teenage movie. It was awesome just to kind of see like the kids in that world of the MCU. One thing I was worried about when the movie first came out was I was worried that it was going to be, because they heavily pushed him in the trailers. I was worried it was going to be like Iron Man 4 featuring Spider-Man. And let me tell you right now, it was not Iron Man 4. It was totally a Spider-Man movie. Every time Iron Man came on camera, it was literally to further and help develop Spider-Man. And that was something that I loved about this movie. Honestly, I think Spider-Man: Homecoming, it's my second favorite Spider-Man of all time. The original Spider-Man 1, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1, that's always going to be in my heart as my favorite because that was something I grew up with, and that was like the thing that really introduced me to comic book films. So at number 6, I have Wonder Woman. Number 5, Justice League. Number 4, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Number 3, Spider-Man: Homecoming. And at number 2, I have the Taika Waititi film, Thor: Ragnarok. This film was amazing. It was probably the funniest Marvel Cinematic Universe film yet, and it was also the deepest. I mean, like usually when comedies never get deep, but this film, it was not only was it hysterical, it got really deep as well. And like I was really surprised about that. Another thing that shocked the heck out of me was Kevin Feige, the head guy of Marvel, said that this was going to be a Taika Waititi film. And right away, my mind went to his movie, Taika Waititi, my mind went to his movie What We Do in the Shadows, which is no way appropriate for a family-going audience. But I mean, it is without a doubt the funniest movie I've seen this year. If you have not seen What We Do in the Shadows, go check it out. It is hysterical. But anyway, when he said that it was going to be a Taika Waititi film, I was a little bit worried. I was like, I mean, is it going to be like appropriate? I mean, it's Taika Waititi we're talking about. I mean, is it going to be like too many jokes? And then I saw it. I was completely satisfied. Taika Waititi, hats off to him. He did amazing. It was so freaking funny. And like I said, it just got really deep at times too. And it did really good at setting up for Infinity War. So again, at number 6, I have Wonder Woman. Number 5, Justice League. Number 4, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Number 3, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Number 2, Thor: Ragnarok. And at number 1, obviously, in my opinion, still the best movie of this year. Might be the best movie in the last 2 years, in my opinion, is Logan. Oh my goodness. My heart just starts beating a little bit weird when I think about Logan. That movie was so incredibly amazing. It showed what we can still do with the comic book film genre. And honestly, like I had high expectations for it, but my expectations were up here, and literally it went to the ceiling, which the camera can't pick up, but it went to the ceiling. It went above the ceiling. That's how good this movie was. Hugh Jackman delivers as Logan / Wolverine. He does an amazing performance. Daphne King does great as X-23, and honestly, she did so good, I want to see a movie starring her, which is X-23. She is a great child actress, and I guarantee you, give it a few years, she is going to become a household name. And Patrick Stewart as Professor X, Patrick Stewart gave the best performance of his career in this movie. This movie was it was deep, there was humor right where it needed to be, and it just like, it tugs at your heartstrings. It was it was like the only comic book film I've ever walked out of where I literally felt choked up. Didn't cry, but I felt choked up because, spoiler alert, Professor X and Logan both die, and I was just shocked. Like, honestly, I was speechless after the movie. That's how good it was. It is my favorite film of this year, and no film I've seen this year, not even Star Wars, has come close to it. If you have not seen Logan yet, watch it. I mean, just go watch it. It's not like that tied down with the MCU, so you can go watch it, and like, even if you're like brand new to like comic book films in general, you'll still be able to understand. It's like a Western almost. Like that's how good it is. It's like it didn't feel like a superhero film. It felt like a film about a hero, and it had like a little bit of like a western, like No Country for Old Men vibe type in it. And honestly, I have nothing but good to say about Logan. So number 6, I have Wonder Woman. Number 5, I have Justice League. Number 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Number 3, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Number 2, Thor: Ragnarok. And at number 1 is obviously Logan. Well, that'll do it for today on Robbie's Move to Movies. Thank you guys so much for joining Robbie's Move to Movies today. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and that like button if you like this video. And leave me some constructive criticism in the comments, because, I mean, I'm just starting this out, and I want to get a fan base going, and I want to see how big this thing can get. Happy New Year, and I hope you guys had a great Christmas. And until next time, guys, bye.